Alright, you guys, welcome in. Today is Tuesday, Mars's Day. And we are last quarter moon in Scorpio. Ugh. Not yet, but it will be. Not yet. 11:21 a.m. The moon ingresses into Scorpio, but we are in last quarter moon energy. So, time of adjustments, what needs to be released. It is a very stressful period, obviously. This is, we're in between this full moon, new moon energy. Which direction did you release what you needed to release? Are you starting something new? New moon in Aquarius coming up on the 29th. I think we're using runes today. And Light Seer's Tarot. Rise and shine, rise and shine. Alright, in transits, we've got a lot going on. Mercury in Capricorn squared over to Chiron in Aries, cardinal energy. Sun in Aquarius conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. Oh, yeah. That happened already. I'm sorry, I had to look at that. Moon in Libra, sesquiquadrate over to Jupiter in Gemini, quincunx over to Neptune and the North Node in Pisces, sesquiquadrate to the Sun. I'm sorry, to Saturn in Pisces. And then we've got the moon ingressing at 11:21 a.m. in Scorpio. That's going to square over to Pluto in Aquarius, square over to the Sun in Aquarius, biquintile to Neptune in Pisces, sesquiquadrate to Venus in Pisces, biquintile to North Node, and biquintile to Jupiter. Heavy day for creative work. Squares are bringing in tension. These quincunx energies are discord. Sesquiquadrates, disharmony. So disharmony with Pisces energy, and then the quincunx over to the North Node as well. I don't like it. It's like testing your destiny. But that's what the last quarter moon is to bring in. Alright, testing your destiny. Moon in Libra right now at... moving towards the 29th degree. So a very critical point today with all these energies. Let's see. Humanity seeking to bridge the span of knowledge. All right, it speaks about the involvement in humanity's evolution of wisdom. It says we take from our ancestors and pass to our descendants, and thus co-create the flowing and flowering of knowledge. We're seeking knowledge. One of the most splendid of human characteristics is that we have conscious awareness of an intention to be a living link of the chain that binds past to future, ancestors to descendants. This comes out of our senses of being part of something greater than ourselves, and indeed truly great. This is an aspect of our participation in life and the real guard against the desolation of loneliness and accompanies selfishness. So this speaks about rationality. Meaning comes from when we find the pattern that connects to the various aspects of our lives. Major transits today. Most of this happened already. Mercury in Capricorn squared to Chiron, 3:06 a.m. The Sun in Aquarius conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, 7:26 a.m. Moon in Libra, quincunx Neptune in Pisces, 6:39 a.m. So the following transit that's taking place today is going to be the Moon in Libra, quincunx to the North Node in Pisces, and that's happening at 9:37 a.m. Once we ingress later on, 11:31 a.m., into the moon in Scorpio, we won't see the squares to Pluto and the Sun up until about 2:50, 3:30 p.m. All right. Ooh, hot shit. Everybody running late today. That's what it looked like. Okay. Everybody's running late. I had just got off the phone with my daughter. I'm like, did you get to school? And of course, her Aquarius placement, she's a Taurus. So has to do with her household responsibilities. I couldn't find the brush, Mom. That's why I was late. Okay. So yeah, she was running late to school today. I tell you. Just tell you. I kind of like have to side with her though, because she does have Uranus still retrograding in her sign. She'll be all right. She gonna get it together one way or another. She got to. Okay. Anyway, let's get into the runes. So passing on ancestral knowledge is what I'm feeling here. And the bridge that it has with humanity. So it's showing me this picture of like this person's knowledge over to that person's knowledge over to that person's knowledge over to that. It's like a line in between people and how it's all interconnected. So let's see what the runes have for today. She drives me crazy because I had just got off the phone with her. I'm like, are you ready? I think I might miss the bus. Drives me nuts. Like, I'm not there to get on her ass, so can't do nothing about it. All right. Down at the bottom of the deck, Virgo energy with Rado. Travel, both in physical terms and those of lifestyle directions. A journey, vacation, relocation, evolution, change of place or setting, and or seeing things in a larger perspective. Well, doesn't that make some sense? All right. So we've got Taurus with Leo's energy here. Reactive force and directive force of destruction and defense, conflict. Instinctual will, vital eroticism, regenerative catalyst, and a tendency towards change. Urus, Cancer, and Leo energy. Heavy Leo here. I would imagine the fixed signs today are going to be a little intense. Leo, Taurus, Aquarius with this last quarter moon in Scorpio. Square is more. There's nothing happening in Leo. Obviously, the squares are more so over to Aquarius' energy. Physical strength is the challenge, and speed and untamed potential. So it's a great time for health, all right, and energy. Freedom, energy, action, courage, strength, tenacity, understanding, and wisdom. And then we've got Iwaz in the near future. A lot of strength. All right, so in the near future, it's giving reliability, dependability, trustworthiness, enlightenment, endurance, defense, and protection. Piscean energy. Leo, Cancer, Pisces. I'm seeing fire and water more so with these energies. And then who did we have over here? That was Virgo. All right. Why is Taurus here with reactive force and directive force? Destruction and defense and conflict. Oops. It's calling for action. There's Aries energy. Sun in Aries specifically. Yeah. Action for change. All right, so the Three of Wands is like, that's crazy. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. All right, this could be about resources. All right, balance in one's life. But I'm seeing action towards change with the Wheel of Fortune. All right. Show me the Wheel of Fortune. The Lovers. I don't know if there's some sort of destruction happening around, you know, people's love lives at this time. I'm seeing Aries, I'm seeing Gemini energy here, and then all fixed signs as well. So where we need to take action and or make decisions with, damn, Spirit's like, I was like in my head, like, does this have anything to do with love? Spirit's like, no, it has to do with your choices, and showed me the Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Like, clearly answered my question. This shit has nothing to do with love. The heart is like caged up. It's just the card Gemini means lover, so it looks that way. Shot my shit down. Yeah, but that's what it's given. It's given like action towards change. All right, with the Wheel of Fortune, and then the Lovers, due to the decisions that you make. So whatever you direct your force into and whatever you show potential for, that's what comes back to you. All right, so then let's look at Urus. So freedom, energy, action, courage, strength, tenacity, understanding, and wisdom. Speaking of the evolution of wisdom here. This could be about like commitment. I'm seeing the home environment being of significance with the Four of Wands as well. King of Wands, Ten of Wands. There's a lot of heavy burden here too. Lots. I would say here that marriage is going to be of significance. Both cards mean marriage. Both. So physical strength, untamed potential. For sure. There's a need to understand something about that too. Like commitment is what it feels like. And something changing here. I kind of like the way these they both flew out at the same time. So Cancer being the home environment, Leo being something that truly pushes your desires because it's fire energy. That's heavy. Yeah. See what I'm saying? There's heavy Taurus here as well. Heavy Taurus. So I'm feeling like marriage and commitment in the home environment being very much significant, pertaining to your roots or something. All right, and like understanding the wisdom. So again, it says we take from our ancestors and pass on to our descendants, thus co-creating the flowing and the flowering of knowledge. All right, so this could be like a spiritual thing as well. The Hierophant is definitely a spiritual energy and what marriage and commitment is all about. So if you're part of like a church or an organization, institution, whatever, it could be a community of people for all I care. That's the Four of Wands, it's a community of people. All right, you will be seen as being committed in marriage, all right, or birthing a new idea, whatever that is. Understanding the wisdom that is with this significant energy. Now let's take a look at Iwas, and this is in the near future. I'm seeing Two of Cups and Seven of Cups. This could be a choice for you, or you could have like many different choices. I don't know, seeing past some sort of illusion or something here, because it's coming up with Piscean energy once again. That can be like illusion. It could be heightened psychic abilities though. This could be something that you use as your defense tactic or a way to protect yourself. Something that you know that's very much dependable. So once again, if you're part of like a community or a spiritual organization, right? Let's just say like a church. Let's call it a church. Then this would be your strength, all right? Depending on the knowledge that you have here and it being pretty much valid. I heard that's to be negotiated. Jupiter and Libra energy. So Jupiter being higher knowledge, Libra being your partnerships with others. Everybody has a different viewpoint of a situation. All right, so that's to be determined, whatever. But you being trustworthy and dependable is of significance here. A reliable person to a specific community of people and where you're committed. Seven of Wands and standing your ground on that, yeah. It's like you're going through a transformation. All right, like a spiritual transformation. Yep. And then you start experiencing the separations from others due to what it is that you know. All right, with the Page of Swords. That Three of Swords, it's like if you have to sacrifice and devote your time, your energy, your resources, whatever, all right, to your transformation, that's going to show you where you kind of have to stand ground and trust the process. Because if you're part of a community of people that understands a specific thing, all right, and that wisdom is spread from this person to that person, you know what I mean? You know exactly the decisions that you're making and where you're directing the force of who you want to be surrounded by at that specific time, and where you're making progress in life as well with Three of Wands I'm seeing here. So it does cause separations, losses in certain areas in your life, all right, where you're going to feel the heartbreak of that situation, all right? And where over here, it may have definitely changed what your love life looks like, all right? Where you are journeying in the near future with the Three of Wands, all due to you being committed with birthing the new idea of being part of this community. Okay? That's what I see there. Now let's take a look at travel. Relocation, evolution, change of place, setting, or larger perspective. Seeing things that way. Let's look at that energy. I really need to grow some hands here. I can never hold this deck fully. Alright, so. Oh. Seeing things in a larger perspective. Let's see. It's giving justice, like balance, reflection. I don't know if you're in a different location right now and where you're able to see something in a different perspective than where you are currently, or where you're normally where you are. It could be like if you change a specific lifestyle direction, like let's say you eat healthier, or you started working out recently, or you travel to specific places that you normally don't go to. Okay? You were able to see something in the reflection of a different perspective. So let's say you were traveling to a place you've never been, and you have to eat different foods and learn a different language, or let's just say be around a specific different type of community that believes in a different belief. Okay? There's something here about the need for balance. It's like almost having a disconnect from everything you ever known to be able to open yourself up and see things like, okay, this is where I live now. These are the people that I'm surrounded by. I have to learn their way of being and gain the wisdom of how they live in their specific community. Something like that. This would be like part of the change that you had to experience, or the way that you evolve. All right. See? It would be like a sudden, massive change in your life. Tower. It's given last quarter moon in Scorpio. Feels like a tower moment. It's like if the tower comes down, what happens? Where do you go? Right? Like, it would be like, get ready for the transformation. We've already seen the death card, so. See? It's giving Sun and Scorpio energy. Something here about growth. And it would be like if you always were to know something in a specific way in the past and what it is now to be in the near future, it shows your growth. All right. It shows the way that you have evolved. All right. From gaining specific wisdom about something here, or being able to see something in a different perspective overall. Yeah. This can be seen through like healing. It can be seen through your patience. It can be seen through balance overall. I'm seeing justice and temperance here. The massive change that came in, it's kind of like it made you, I don't want to say mature, but it's made you see things in a different perspective from then up until now, right? Like with the Six of Cups energy and how you've evolved. See? And in the stages of your transformation. Yeah. It's like traveling back in time, back when, let's just say, I was all fucked up back then. I used to do drugs and alcohol, and look at where I am now. Okay. Like, you're very much more balanced. I was a crazy person back then. I used to think this way, or I used to do things that way. And it's like, no, now that I've been part of this community, I now am like this, right? Like, yeah. Just kind of shows like you leave it up to God, all right? Leave it up to God. All right, let's get one more and we'll move on. The Devil. It's releasing the codependency, the attachment of what was, right? Letting go of the toxicity, the negative energies, what seems to be destructive to your energy that keeps a hold on you and making you believe that you're stuck, because you're not. All right, you can definitely evolve and change just depending on where you direct your force. All right, that right there for me, the Devil, that's an illusion. But that can also be your ego standing in the way, so you got to be careful. You know what I mean? Look at that. It's like, what side do you sit on? Do you sit with the energy of negativity, or do you release this and allow yourself growth, right? For you to tap into spirituality and become a member of that organization, of that community. All right. Let me get one more on this energy, because that feels like you having to pick a side here. All right, it's either spirituality or it is what you've known to be in the past, all connected to negativity and ego. You could, I don't know if this is like a side note, but you can have a lot of people attached to your energy at this time because you have elevated. Oh yeah, you got people wanting to come in and collaborate. Specifically for what you do for work. You're possibly highly intelligent and connected directly to source. You're seen as like someone in a position of authority here. And that would be seen like a leader. You know what I mean? Could be. Yeah, there it is. I don't know. There could be someone coming in your energy, specifically in your workplace, that's meant to be like a mentor to you. You guys highly focused on the same things, all right? Or just have the same, you know, viewpoint in the way that you think. The wisdom that you share, all right, you're able to teach to others. It's funny because when I questioned that card earlier with the Lovers, I said, is this about love? And Spirit showed me the Queen of Swords. It's like, no, it's not about love. All right, clearly not about love. All right, you guys, let's jump off of that energy for a second. going to do my Moonology decks. All right, so I have the original here, and I also have the manifestation deck. Okay. Let's start off with the original. Normally out of this deck, I've been pulling a lot of Aries and Taurus energy. Heavy. But we are here in Aquarius season. All right, we've got the new moon coming up in Aquarius and the full moon in Leo. So the good thing about using both of these decks is that I'm able to tap into first quarter moon, last quarter moon, new moon, full moon using both. So let's see what comes out. Or what the message is more so. I don't want to have it directed clearly to what's happening here into these energy. We already know we're releasing. The moon in Scorpio is at its fall. It's very significant to high energy of jealousy and envy. All right, it could be where you have to face a specific fear, dive deep into your own emotions. All right. Interesting. Balsamic moon. So a time for healing. The balsamic moon is clearly from the third quarter moon moving in through the waning crescent moon. It gets to that balsamic, that very, very like period where right before you hit that new moon. All right. So right now should be a time for healing. And I would imagine it's whatever it is that you have to release. All right, let's see. Yeah, right before we get to that new moon. So that you can have a brand new beginning, a new start. All right. So focusing on healing. I mean, we did see the Three of Swords. So it could be like heartbreak, pain that you feel. Or I'm thinking about the moon cycles that are coming up previously before the moon in Aquarius. So we're looking at we're looking at the moon being in Capricorn right before that new moon in Aquarius. And the Capricorn energy is a very like a time of restriction and focusing on responsibilities and duties, and you know what I mean? So it just kind of gives this energy of like coming out of Scorpio's moon, where there's heavy heightened emotions, and then it's like the moon in Sag, just like, okay, just remain optimistic about the future, everything's gonna be fine. And then you get into this moon in Capricorn, and it's just like, you know what it is that you got to do now. You have a sense of power or authority behind you, like, you know, your emotions are set to this is what needs to happen. And then bam, new moon in Aquarius, it's like, I'm a rebel again. Okay, I don't know, it feels that way. All right, so in your emotional state, just focus right now on the healing process of what is being released or what's being let go and or adjusted in your life. Okay, that's funny. A new start is coming. I don't know what that means, whether it's through the wisdom that you've gained or if you're going to be relocating. All right, just running back to the energy of what was coming out in the runes. If this is you gaining a specific strength and where you show your potential for something, all right, right now is not the time to have anything new start. You don't want to start anything when the waning moon is happening. You wait for a new moon cycle. So you set your intention, you show your potential. First quarter moon, you're tested, right? Full moon would be like, listen, this works out great for you. If it does not, you just kind of release again and you start over again, right? But there's many different areas and where this is a fixed moon cycle, you guys. It's not going to be easy. This is meant to come in and stabilize situations. Look at that. It's showing the full moon in Aquarius instead of the new moon in Aquarius. All right, so something here heightened about Aquarian energy. It says show the world the real you. Who's the real you? If you've elevated, then that's okay. Say that. If you're part of a community and you want to, you know, bring yourself out, this is who I am, this is what I represent, then say that. Don't be afraid. Look at that. So the new moon to the first quarter moon, and where the energy will be gaining momentum. And it's like, show the world the real you. I know we're heading to the full moon in Leo, but it's showing what this emphasis is on this new moon for Aquarian energy. It's like, put it out there. Who are you? Okay, who are you? What do you stand for? What do you believe in? All right, where have you evolved in your life? I mean, this is a new year, right? I'm seeing a lot of purples here. Crown chakra is what I see. A lot of purples. Heavy on the crown chakra. So understanding, all right? Understanding. Taking inspired action. Virgo's energy. Virgo's energy that just came out in the runes was speaking more so about your strength. All right, and how you are meant to be dependable and trustworthy. All right, moving forward in whatever you do. So taking inspired action. Okay. First quarter moon in Virgo, assessing a situation. Heavy emphasis on your health, on how you're being of service to other people, on what you do for work. Why is Virgo showing up so much here? And there's absolutely nothing happening at this time in Virgo either. There's no transits there. Oh, you know what? Yes, it is. South Node in Virgo. That's why. So the South Node would be the karmic challenges that you're dealing with more so. Okay. There was something that came up in the reading last night as well. It was speaking to me about the full moon lunar eclipse that was coming up in Virgo. And it was the way that it specifically came out. It was like that was the transit. March 14th is of significance. All right, now that we're speaking about the need to release, that full moon lunar eclipse that we had back in September in Pisces set off this, you know, the switch up with the focus coming out of the opposition of Mars and Venus with Aries and Libra nodes and eclipses, to now it being Mercury opposing Neptune and Jupiter. Higher knowledge, spirituality, using your creativity, imagination, and then opposing the energy of like Mercurian energy, the focus on communication and travel, okay? Like relocation, something about this. So it's like you need to take inspired action here. With the South Node, it's going to give you challenges, possibly from past life, but it's also meant to push you into having some sort of natural gift. All right, so assessing the situation, let's see. Last quarter moon in Leo, lighten up. Lighten up and forgive. You might be stressed out a little bit too much. You might be stressed out a little bit too much. As I'm speaking here about the lunar eclipses that took place in Pisces and in Virgo, the one coming up in March. All right. So, taking inspired action, and then on the opposite of that is forgiving. Interesting. There's something here about like the need to take weight off your shoulders. Show the world the real you. Focus on your healing. Whatever you set your intention on in the new moon cycle, that's what will be gaining momentum. I feel like there's a need to focus on one thing at a time. What are you gaining wisdom about? How can you share that with your community of people? Once you experience that, you bring yourself back into balance, you move on to the next challenge. Something like that. So we could be in this energy of like taking inspired action. How can we be of service to other people? Focus on our health, day-to-day routines, all right? Be more analytical and efficient and organized in our lives. And then also on the flip side of that, how can we forgive others, all right? And be more compassionate and vulnerable and loving and spiritual at the same time. All right, one more. So I was speaking here about last night. Oh, I can't remember if I still have it in here. But when I first started tarot, I was learning about the Chaldean order of planets and how these things come into alignment regarding, I don't know if it's this one. It was speaking about the star Sirius and when it aligns. And it's normally in opposition of Leo and Aquarius's energy. So this new moon in Aquarius is more so where we're going to be seeing ourselves in opposition to Leo season in the summer. All right. We are in the second decan of the winter solstice. So by the summer solstice, all right, there's this energy of what is your happiness? Where do you see yourself moving forward when it comes to what brings you peace in your life? Content or contentment, should I say? All right. If you don't show the world the real you and set a potential or set yourself on a specific intention to set yourself for whatever you want to show potential for, I don't feel like you're going to be really moving in what you feel to be healing to you or what's going to set you off to get there. I don't know. It feels like the beginning point of something. The beginning point of something. And I mean, here we are on the cusp of Pisces season too. So it's like not only just affecting Aquarius and Leo, but it's affecting Virgo and Pisces as well. And to think where we are with the nodes within the next year and a half up until, what is it, July of 2026, where we're going to be in this opposition of Pisces, Virgo. We're also then going to be ingressing into the opposition of Aquarius and Leo with the nodes. So there's something here about this shift. All right. Interesting. Yeah, stepping into your power. I mean, once you know what you set your intention on, once you know where you stand with something, all right, you're able to step into your power. It's interesting. So that first quarter moon in Aries just happened back in, is that the beginning of the month? Oh, that hurts. Yes, it was on the 6th of January. So it's like New Year, technically New Year. It's like step into your power. You know what I mean? That first quarter moon in Aries. All right, you guys. I mean, we still do have, what is it? One more solar eclipse in Aries energy. And that one's coming up on the March 29th. It's a partial solar eclipse in Aries. That will be the ending of that whole Aries and Libra opposition with the eclipses. Then we'll be in this like lingo of, it's weird, of Virgo, Pisces, Is it Aquarius and Leo as well? Let me just run back, because there's some weird stuff happening. Very weird stuff happening. Yeah. So once we see this year specifically, this whole like lunar eclipse on March 14th, we'll see the solar eclipse happening on March 29th. We'll see the ending of this whole Pisces Virgo for this year, September 7th and the 21st. And then stepping into 2026, we're going to start seeing this Virgo Pisces thing ingress into the energy of Aquarius and Leo. So once again, it's going to be matching up with the energy of the nodes. All right. And I find it interesting because stepping out closely of 2025, the eclipses will be happening at the 29th degree of Virgo. In 2026, we'll be seeing it with the solar eclipse in Aquarius at 29 degrees. Aquarius is the future. All right, so there's something here about this energy and showing the world the real you. Yeah. Just wow. I'm wowed. I'm wowed. All right, I do want to take a peek at something real quick. It's not what I wanted. There we go. Very low energies today, you guys. I was just curious because yesterday we had such high energy with Aries and Libra and with Leo and Aquarius. Everything has dropped down today. So we've got Aries and Libra at a mental 1, Taurus and Scorpio at a physical 5, Gemini and Sag, you guys are off the charts. All right. Who's this? Cancer and Capricorn is at a mental 9. That's the highest for today. And then I'm also seeing Leo and Aquarius at a physical 6, Virgo and Pisces at a mental 1. Very, very low today energy. Besides Cancer and Capricorn. All right. Very, very low there. All right, let's see what the guides want us to focus on here pertaining to our fortune in the future. Come on. Every word has power. What you say manifests. I feel like right now will be a great time to do like a vision board. All right, so every word has power. It says education, the power of persuasion, communication, and internal dialogue as well. So what you think of manifest. What you speak of manifest. All right. The education that you gain or what you understand to be wisdom is what you manifest. Let's read this out. The 27th of the month could be of significance. I'm seeing the 27th there. It's the day that Mercury steps into Aquarius, a very highly intellectual sign. All right, so let's see. It's 2 days before the new moon in Aquarius as well. All right, so key concepts. It says the influence of words, education, power of persuasion, how we communicate information, affirmation, self-talk, being mindful of internal dialogue. So words provide a meaningful container for our thoughts, intentions, and overall energy. Every word we say, whether aloud or silently, resonates with an influential frequency, sending out a signal that connects with its counterpart in the material world. How we communicate is reflected by the infinite intelligence within the surrounding field of energy and the people who are influenced or impacted by what we say. Right now, you have a lot of power, and your words will either support someone or catapult them into chaos. Be mindful in how you approach others and be as neutral as possible. You are not responsible for other people's triggers, but use discernment and compassion as you communicate. Even when setting boundaries, kind and respectful words have the most power. Diplomacy and tact go a long way when so many are feeling vulnerable. Be clear about what you are saying and ask for clarity from others. In every word, there is either a sword or a magic wand. Choose the wand. So in what you're educating yourself with and whatever wisdom you have, whatever you speak out is setting itself out on a frequency to connect to someone else. Is basically what this is saying. Okie doke. Let's see what the Fortune Oracle says. You know what I'm thinking about right now? Food. I'm like, what am I going to eat today? And I'm thinking of like healthy. I'm like, okay, a salad, food, healthy foods. All right, so proposal is here. Wow. That's insane. I got 27 here twice. Out of 2 different decks, the number 27 comes out. So on the 27th, where Mercury steps into Aquarius, on that specific day, we have Mercury sextiling over to the North Node, which would be your destiny. All right, but that's going to be Mercury in Capricorn at its very last degrees, with North Node in Pisces being at its very last degrees. I'm curious to see what that speaks about, actually. 1 second. So I would imagine we would be at the 29th degree or so. Where is the North Node at this time? North Node is in Pisces at 29 degrees and 9 minutes. Let me just fast forward to this day. I want to give you guys the right information here. That's interesting. Let's do the 27th. So the North Node would be at 28 degrees and 38 minutes in Pisces. And Mercury would be at 29 degrees and 4 minutes. So we're going to be looking here at, let's just say, the 29th and or the 30th degree of Capricorn, where Mercury is at its very last degree, sextile into the North Node. A woman reading tea leaves. Interpretation of spiritual messages. We may see the signs and yet we may need to also know what they mean. So the interpretation of subtle spiritual messages, facts and opinions. I'm seeing the woman's hand holding the tea leaves. All right, I have them in the bag there, but it's like pretty much holding the tea leaf. As above, so below, all is connected to and mirrored by all else. It becomes trite to the occultist as a concept, but the realized being, it is the main purpose to see beneath the form, facts, feelings, and fear. These are all aspects of the glamour that we falsely see as reality and which covers the truth beneath. And that truth is the pattern that interconnects everything, everywhere, and always. We find the term seeker needs to be updated to troubadour. I have found. We have learned how to see clearly. So gaining a new perspective. What we were just speaking about, how everything is interconnected and how the involvement in humanity's evolution of wisdom goes from one person to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. So what you speak out manifests. The education that you have manifests. All right, so it's saying here on this card, a romantic and or a business opportunity is indicated. Marriage is what came out in the the runes as your challenge, because it came out with the Four of Wands and it also came out with the Hierophant, meaning you will be committed to a specific community of people. All right. So the 27th being very significant there. Now let's take a look at the 29th and the 30th degree of Pisces. A prism. Now this is, again, where the North Node is. So seeing God in everything, it says. There are two directions that concern us deeply, whether we are looking for God or looking as if through God's eyes. The white light is divided into a diversity of rainbow colors by a raindrop or a prism and shows clearly the allegory of the relationship between the one and the many. Isn't this what we've been seeking for? The understanding of our relationship with God. God chose to express itself as diversity. The Creator created a multiplicity of facets of itself. We cannot therefore ever expect to end our evolutionary journey, since God itself is not static. The Creator is a creative, and so always changing its expression like a kaleidoscope. So this is about you seeing God in everything that you do. All right. Life itself therefore requires differentiation. We do not know God only by surrendering the self. We need also to express the self creatively. So how are you being creative with Neptunian energy, using your imagination, all right, to know God, all right? Everyone's God is not the same. Just being clear, right? What are your beliefs, should I say? So seeing God in everything. Now let's take a look at the 30th degree of Capricorn. That was the 29th degree of Capricorn and Pisces. Let's take a look at the 30th degree. So this one speaks about the highest level of social influence with a secret business conference. Society is structured hierarchically, and there are small groups of people who secretly direct the course of history, accepting the need for high-level management of collective affairs. In the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. Great power comes when we can see what others do not see. We can grasp opportunity, avoid calamity and inconvenience, influence people, and make sound decisions for ourselves. A group of highly awakened individuals together form the ruling executive power over world affairs, notwithstanding the rise and or fall of political fashions, nations, and or economic blocs. These can see what the masses do not see. Two sides must exist of this phenomenon. The dark aspect is revealed as a satanic elite that selfishly controls the wealth and the laws of the world. The other is also a hierarchy of light beings, equally powerful, yet focused on keeping open the path to freedom and complete realization. We need to choose which group to offer our attention to. Who are you being committed to here? Because that's why we saw earlier the devil come out directly next to the Hierophant. That would be like the need to choose what side you're with here. Now let's go back to Pisces at the 30th degree. The Great Stone Face. Instead of ending our journey, we find that we have become the seed of yet another cycle of experimentation. We idealize many things. That's love, truth, God itself, for example. And this is how we become aware of our relationship with archetypes. This is the mystery of life, and simply put, life is a mystery and a paradox not within our grasp to understand. Life, God, oneself are all beyond our comprehension, and yet divine curiosity to know more of the eternal paradox is the very motivation that began it all and keeps it all going. What we see when we look is nothing more or nothing less than our own expectation. So what do you expect of yourself here in your spiritual journey? So this speaks about becoming your own ideal, and where there is no right answer to or best version of anything, you make it all up according to how we feel or think we should feel. So whatever it is that you feel from within is a frequency. Whatever you think and whatever you speak, it's coming out, right? To connect with someone else. So this is about your own ideals. Wow. All right, one more. '27. I don't know. Spirit just showed me Venus. Venus currently being in Pisces exalted. Showed me second house and seventh house, both ruled by Venus. 2727. All right, so 2s are associated to the moon in numerology, and 7 is associated to the south node, meaning whatever it is that you have from your past life. All right. Fire is here. It says, let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present moment. That would be like releasing negativity. All right, emotional upheavals. What's keeping you emotionally attached to something here? I also have the Mountain card. I don't know, I just heard the goat. Know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. I don't know, something said the goat. So the goat you already know in tarot, that's going to be the devil. Know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. And then it looks like you're birthing something new here as well. All right, universal energy brings you opportunity and possibilities with birthing something new. There's that Lovers energy again. And then we have goals. Progress is positive and personal goals will be achieved. There are 2 paths ahead. Be true to yourself. Show the world the real you is what I just heard again. All right. There's opportunities heading your way. Specifically with whatever it is that you're choosing to manifest here at this new moon in Aquarius. All right. The 27th is going to be very powerful, and where whatever you speak out to the universe, that's what will manifest. All right. So don't think things that you don't want to think, because they manifest. The internal energy, okay, that you put out into the frequency also exists. All right. Where's my chakra love? Here we go. Solar plexus, rutilated quartz, confidence. No one will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Be your own cheerleader. So whatever you love to do here, whatever gives you a sense of willpower and strength and courage, go after that. Solar plexus is fire energy, representing Aries, Leo, Sag. So whatever you want to do, go after that. Wear the color yellow so that you attract that energy, that strength that you need from within. Wow, heavy yellow. All right, so drawing in abundance. All right, citrine. It says the world is abundant when you choose to see it that way. Okay. We got sacral here. Letting go is not giving up. Sometimes it's the first step towards success. Carnelian. So what do you have to release? Because that's what this is. Last quarter moon is like making the adjustments that need to be released, so that you can prepare yourself for that new moon and show the world the real you. All right. All things work best in conjunction with all things. Again, we just had a conjunction today, right? What's it today? Am I tripping? Yeah. The Sun and Pluto conjunct. – 7:26 a.m. Heart chakra, connection. Father Divine and Mother Earth, make love in your heart. Down at the bottom of the deck, calmness with the crown chakra. To calm your monkey mind, do not feed the animal. So your mind can be seen as an animal too, apparently. All right, who are we missing here? We're missing a lot of chakras. So we got the root chakra missing. We've got the throat chakra, as well as the third eye. That's insane that those 3 are missing, because I was just saying, like, what is it that you want to manifest? Especially if it has anything to do with your practical life. That would be your root chakra, your family, your foundation, your money, your work. All right. The throat chakra, what you speak is what you manifest. What you vision is what you manifest, right? So calm the monkey mind. Learn to let go. Move in the energy of confidence so that you can be connected to your abundance is what I feel this is. All right, I'm leaving the reading there. I love you guys. Bye.